Whether we do it to lose weight, to reach a fitness goal, or just to change up our daily life, exercise has a much bigger effect on the human body than one might think. Exercise affects 10 major parts of the human body. These include the muscles, lungs, diaphragm, heart, stomach and intestines, brain, kidneys, skin, face, and the joints. When we exercise, the body goes on glucose, sugar that the body has stored away from the foods we eat, in the form of glycogen. This form of energy is required to contract muscles and spur movement. The body also uses adenosine triphosphate, also known as ATP. We only have small stores of both in the body. After quickly using up these supplies, the body requires extra oxygen to create more ATP. More blood is then pumped to the exercising muscles to deliver the additional O2. Without enough oxygen, lactic acid will form instead, which is typically flushed from the body within 30 to 60 minutes after finishing a workout. Tiny tears are then formed in the muscles that help them grow bigger and stronger as they heal. Soreness only means there are changes occurring in those muscles. Our bodies may need up to 15 times more oxygen when we exercise. As a result, we start to breathe faster and heavier. The rate of breathing will increase until the muscles surrounding the lungs cannot move any faster. This maximum capacity of oxygen use is called VO2 max. V is for volume and O2 for oxygen. The higher the VO2 max, the fitter the person is. The diaphragm is the primary muscle of inspiration. It is a thin, dome-shaped sheet of muscle that inserts into the lower ribs. However, during exercise, expiration becomes an active process. The abdominal muscles contract to raise abdominal pressure, which pushes the diaphragm upward and forces air out of the lungs. When we exercise, the heart's rate increases to circulate more oxygen within the blood at a quicker pace. The more we exercise, the more efficient the heart becomes at executing this process, so we can then work out harder and for longer periods. Eventually, regular exercise can lower the resting heart rate and can also stimulate the growth of new blood vessels, causing blood pressure to decrease. Because the body is pumping more blood to the muscles, it is required to take some away from the systems and functions that are not a top priority at that given moment. Blood is borrowed from areas such as the digestive system, but this can result in stomach problems. Movement, absorption, and secretion in the stomach and intestines can all be affected. Increased blood flow also benefits the brain. With immediate effect, the brain cells will start functioning at a higher level, making the body feel more alert and awake during an exercise, as well as more focused afterward. When we work out regularly, the brain gets used to this frequent surge of blood and adapts by turning certain genes on or off. Many of these changes boost brain cell function and protect from diseases such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, or even stroke. Exercise also triggers a surge of chemical messengers in the brain called neurotransmitters, which include endorphins. The brain then releases dopamine and glutamate to get those arms and legs moving. The body also releases gamma-aminobutyric acid, also known as GABA, a prohibitive neurotransmitter that slows things down to keep the body moving in a smooth and controlled manner. We are also more likely to feel better thanks to a bump in serotonin, another neurotransmitter well known for its role in modifying mood and depression. The hypothalamus is responsible for body temperature, as well as salt and water balance. As the body heats up, it signals the skin to produce sweat to keep us cool. The pituitary gland. This control center in the brain alerts the adrenal glands to pump out the hormones necessary for movement. It also releases growth hormones. As the body searches for more fuel to burn after using up our glycogen stores, it will turn to either muscle or fat. Human growth hormone acts as a security guard for muscle, telling the body to burn fat for energy instead. The rate at which the kidneys filter blood can change depending on the level of exertion. After intense exercise, the kidneys allow greater levels of protein to be filtered into the urine. They also trigger better water reabsorption, resulting in less urine, to keep the body hydrated. The adrenal glands are a number of stress hormones which are crucial to exercise. Cortisol, for example, helps the body mobilize its energy stores into fuel. Adrenaline, on the other hand, helps the heart beat faster so it can deliver blood around the body more efficiently. As we perform physical movement, the body, like any engine, produces heat and needs to be cooled off. The blood vessels in the skin dilate, increasing blood flow to the skin. The heat then dissipates through the skin and into the air like a radiator. At the hypothalamus' signal, one of the two types of sweat glands, the Apocrine glands, get to work. These sweat glands produce odorless perspiration, a mixture of water, salt, and small amounts of other electrolytes directly onto the skin's surface. When this sweat evaporates into the air, the body temperature drops. This second type of sweat gland is found predominantly in hair-covered areas like the scalp, armpits, and groin. These sweat glands produce a fattier sweat, typically in response to emotional stress, that can result in an odor when bacteria on the skin begins to break it down. The capillaries close to the skin surface in the face. They also dilate as they strain to release heat. For some, this may result in a particularly red face after a workout. Exercising puts extra weight on the joint, sometimes up to 5 or 6 times more than our body weight. Ankles, knees, hips, elbows, and shoulders all have very different functions, but operate in a similar fashion. Each joint is lined with cushioning tissue at the ends of the bones, called cartilage, as well as soft tissue and lubricating fluid. This combination helps promote smooth and easy motion. The ligaments and tendons are responsible for providing stability. Over time, the cushioning around the joints can begin to wear away or degenerate, as is the case in people with osteoarthritis, the most common type of arthritis. Regular physical activity can improve our muscle strength and boost the body's endurance. Exercise delivers oxygen and nutrients to our tissues and helps the body's cardiovascular system work more efficiently. When our hearts and lungs' overall health improves, tackling day-to-day tasks becomes easier due to the addition of energy within the body. Has your curiosity been fulfilled? If so, leave a comment down below, and if you're curious about more, then check out our social media for daily facts. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more educational content and hit that bell icon to stay up to date with future uploads.